Hello, listeners. Welcome to H2O and Beyond. My name is Alex Hahn, and each week we dive into the science, systems, and stories behind the water we use every day. Whether it's pollution, policy, or innovation, we break it all down so anyone can understand what's at stake. In today's episode, we're taking a trip to Gwinnett County, Georgia, home to the world renowned innovation and outreach hub known as the Water Tower. It's not an actual water tower, though. It's a campus where researchers, educators, and students come together to pilot new technologies, train the next generation of water professionals, and solve real world problems relating to the industry today. To help us explore what the water tower is all about, I'm joined by Miss Lee, the Director of Workforce Development there. Welcome, Miss Lee. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the place you work at?
Absolutely. Hello. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast. My name is Courtney Lee, and I am the Director of Workforce Development at the Water Tower. My role is about guiding the next generation of water professionals, connecting new talent to the skilled trades, and supporting the utilities with their workforce transitions.
Great. Thank you for that. So for listeners who've never heard of the water tower, what exactly is it?
So, the Water Tower is a nonprofit innovation hub whose role is to support the water and wastewater utilities through applied research, technology innovation, workforce development, and industry events. Our campus is uniquely designed to house all of that programming under one roof with laboratories, physical and digital demonstration areas, classrooms, and conference spaces.
Yeah, that's a really unique setup, especially for the water sector. And I'm curious, what inspired the creation of this place and why Georgia?
So, Gwinnett County leads a lot of very forward thinking initiatives in the water sector, as witnessed by F1 Hill Water Resources Center, which is a highly advanced wastewater treatment center that's right next to us. The water tower was born out of Gwinnett County and out of those technology initiatives and was strategically placed right next to the Hill WRC for the purpose of industry support and to continue expediting the implementation of new water technologies. The nonprofit was established in 2019 and the building opened in 2022. So, relatively, we're still pretty new and adapting to the best supports of the utilities.
So you mentioned that you guys are a nonprofit. Are you guys also funded publicly as well?
What we do is through partner support and through grant based support.
And your website mentions the water tower as a water innovation hub. What makes you guys' model different from traditional research centers for water utilities?
Well, the water tower is working toward a holistic approach to supporting the utilities. We're designed to be more than a traditional research center or utility. It's a collaborative ecosystem that brings together the utilities, the researchers, technology providers, students, nonprofits, and workforce partners all under one roof. So our model is very utility driven, partnership based, and rooted in solving workforce challenges, whether that's through data and infrastructure, through our partnerships and our people.
I see. So a lot of people from all different sectors can come together to the water tower and work together, correct?
Absolutely. That's what we're hoping for and what we strive for.
Yeah. And as someone who personally toured the water tower before, I saw a section near the back of the facility where different utilities can pilot their technologies. Can you tell us a little bit more about that area?
Yes. So, what you saw is part of our demonstration area, which is a core piece of what makes the water tower unique. We've built an environment where the utilities and technology providers can test, do research and development, validate, and demonstrate their new solutions in real world conditions without disrupting the daily life of the plant operations. So, what we do is we pump three process flows from the plant next door to our campus where new technologies can be developed and can do their testing on authentically dirty water, right? Because we're pumping it over. Um, and the goal is to bridge the gap between the concept and the implementation. Piloting at the water tower helps build confidence in those two new technologies and gives the utilities and solution providers the data and feedback they need to move a little bit quicker and faster and smarter.
Yeah, I know it's probably like really hard if you don't have a place like the water tower for these utilities to test since, they need the real flow streams from the wastewater treatment plant and since you guys are located right next to it, it's great that you guys can provide these utilities a place to easily test their technologies.
Absolutely, and there's a little bit of distinguishing between the utilities and the solution providers, the technology providers. The utilities sometimes can do their testing and their new technologies within their location, their plant, but it can be really difficult for um, an outside company or organization that has a new idea to be able to test somewhere because you can't just walk onto a campus, a utility, and say, "Oh, I have an idea. I think it's going to work. Can I please try?" Right? Because it's disruptive to their process flows. It takes time and space and energy. So being able to host that on our campus is something we're grateful that we can do for sure.
And are you allowed to disclose some of the companies that what is it, that pilot their technologies back there, or not yet?
We have it changes a lot, right? So we do keep some people come in and do shorter testing. They do long-term testing to see what is active on the campus at any point in time. We would love to give everyone a tour. So if anyone is listening and watching, we do host monthly tours of both the Water Tower and F. Hill WRC. So we would love to have you down here, and you can walk around and you can see whoever is at the testing bay at the time and see what's going on. Absolutely, we'd love to have them.
Great. So now that our listeners kind of have an idea of what the water tower does, let's talk about one of the pillars of your facility, which is the research. So, what research topics does the water tower mostly focus on?
We are looking and focusing on real world utility driven research. So our key areas include, water and wastewater treatment technologies, emerging contaminants, so PFAS, and really how utilities can prepare for new regulatory requirements and how we can support them. And really that commitment is on applied research. So the goal isn't just to study a problem, but to find implementable solutions that the utilities can use right away. So really trying to make that connection quickly.
Yeah, and can you walk us through a few standout projects that are currently underway or that have been completed?
Sure. With our focus on the utility needs, there's active research on PFAS. So that's the polyfluoral alkyl substances, right? I'm sure with your podcast that comes up
Yes.
regularly in discussion. Yep. A lot of research going into taste and odor compounds and how that's related to lake overturn and the best way to negate those compounds. We've got some research going on Legionella contamination, the efficiency of anaerobic digestion, and that's just kind of a few off the top of my head. All of these are grounded, of course, in the utility needs and often involve multiple partners. So universities, private companies, or our TWT grant, or our TWT team, of course. And we're thrilled to partner with those academic institutions to expand our research and our utility support in that way.
And since you're located right next to Fort Wayne Hill, are there researchers there that come to the water tower and sort of like, or how does this work? If someone at the wastewater treatment plant wants to do research at the water tower, how would they go about?
Just let us know. So we partner with F. Wayne Hill really closely. We are, of course, right next to them, and our close proximity means that we can tap into that wastewater and non-potable reuse for pilot projects and demos. But of course, our purpose is to support the utilities near us. So we're able to provide a lot of supports, whether it's looking at nitrogen removal in the water or taste and odor compounds are popping up again, right? So if they just let us know, we can, whether it's through kind of depending on what research capacities they're needing. And then if we can't, if we don't have the instrumentation on our campus, we can certainly help make connections and make sure we are supporting them however we can.
Yeah, and when you're doing this type of research, are there any surprising discoveries or unexpected lessons that have come out of your laboratories?
Well, we know that technology alone isn't the solution, right? Successful implementation includes training, timing, partnerships. Another important aspect is how multi stakeholder collaboration really speeds up the results by bringing together the utilities, the tech companies, and the researchers all in the same place, literally, right, at the water tower. We're able to avoid some of the delays and adjust more quickly and co create better outcomes, which also is really important when we're reminded that every utility is unique. So there's no one size fits all solution, which is why this kind of customizable hands-on research is really important and hopefully helpful to the utilities.
Yeah, I'm really loving the level of collaboration you guys have between your lab, the wastewater treatment plants and different companies. And is this something unique to the water tower, or are there any other facilities around the world that serve a similar purpose?
Ooh, great question. There are other research centers and innovation hubs around the world, like the PB Pub in Singapore and the Water Research Foundation here in the US. Um, but what's unique about the water tower is we're a place where the research startups, the utilities, the nonprofits, and the educators all actively work together instead of being separated and siloed, which makes us a bit of a hybrid between a research campus and a workforce academy and an innovation accelerator. There are definitely great models out there, and our access of collaboration, implementation support is something we're really proud of.
Yeah, that's great. So I want to turn our attention to the outreach part of you guys' job. And because I know that's a big part of what you guys do, educating the public and developing the future workforce. What kinds of workforce development programs do you guys have at the water tower?
We have a few different workforce programs designed to support the new talent entering the industry and current professionals who are looking to grow their skills. We have a skilled trades training course for water and wastewater operators and water wastewater lab analysts, and we're expanding that to offer additional courses as well. These are hands on courses that combine the classroom content with the real experience to prepare individuals for their certification exams and employment within the utilities. We're often we're really kind of pushing towards alternative education pathways, right? That support learning in the content, but also the practical application and including life skills that the trainees are going to need to be successful in the industry. And the cool thing about this program is it is currently funded through grants, which means we're able to provide the course at no cost to the trainees. So we're able to supply them with hard hats, steel-toed boots, class resources, which really helps them to overcome some of the barriers that people face when they're trying to start a new career. So it's really a really cool program that we're glad to be able to provide right now.
But you guys don't just educate those entering the workforce, right? I I was in ninth grade of like 2 years ago, and I remember you guys came into my chemistry class and talked a little bit about what you do and about the water industry as a whole. Is there anything else that you guys teach to kids in schools, and what do you hope from educating these students?
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely invested in the education and early exposure because the future of the water workforce starts with awareness. A statistic I saw recently, it pops around sometimes, is that 80% of the population does not know where their water comes from or where it goes. So if we can help bring awareness to that, ideally, that we want to also bring awareness to the careers in water. So we run STEM outreach programs for high school students, including facility tours, in school workshops, right? Like when I go out to the schools and to the classes. And then we run special events like the Student Water Innovation and Leadership Summit. In that event, students can spend a day on campus engaging with speakers from water related businesses and organizations, experiencing hands on learning about water career opportunities. They can go on tours of the treatment plant operations. We have water sampling and lab analysis, pipe system designs, engineering, stream restoration, robotics, and more, right? Just a full day of all things water that we can bring the students to. And it's really designed to help students see that water isn't just something that comes out of the faucet, but really it's a vital field and full of meaningful careers.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's those are a lot of programs. So it's clear that education is a big part of y'all's mission, whether it's helping future operators or just getting students excited about water. But you guys also host events, right? Can you tell us about some of the ones that you've done in the past or are planning for in the future?
We do. We host lots of events. We host continuing education trainings and professional development courses for people who are already working in the field. And then we host fundraisers to help support our mission and bring awareness to the industry. So we've got classes like Water 101, which is an introductory course for people who are just joining the interest industry and would like a comprehensive foundation to get started. And then we host events like Demo Day and National Backflow Prevention Day, two of our biggest events, which are conferences that get connections between the utilities and the new technologies and the support systems, and really tries to bring all tracks of the industry together for those. We also run public awareness and fundraising like the Run Like Water 5K, the Aqua Royale Gala, Watering Hole Golf Tournament, all with a water pun, of course.
Yeah.
And we emphasize network supporting opportunities. We've got programs for women in water. We host cybersecurity conferences, lunch and learns. So yeah, really trying to build up that industry and figure out what topics does the industry want more of, and how can we support. And then we rent out our space to other organizations too. We really want to be the place where water meets. So there's always something going on at TWT. So I encourage people to check out the calendar, see what interests, and if you see something that's missing that the industry needs, always let us know. We're building out that calendar as quickly as we can.
For you personally, what's your favorite event at the water tower? I'm curious.
Student Summit is a big one, right? That's really fun. But so is the Run Like Water 5K. So one of the unique things about that is we're really grateful to again partner with F. Wayne Hill, and people are able to start on our campus, and then they run following the process flow of the water through F. Wayne Hill and make their way back to our campus. And of course, the fast runners are going too fast to read the signs, but we have a lot of informational content throughout that tour as well. So the walkers and the joggers, and it's a big family event too. A lot of information and a lot of awareness where people normally wouldn't be able to just walk on those campuses. But we're really grateful for that partnership and to be able to host an event like Run Like Water 5K. So that's a good one too.
For students like me, what events should we be looking out for in the future?
Really, I would say, what are your goals, right?
Yep.
And kind of align with that. So Water 101 is a great introductory course. No matter what field of the industry you're going in, we cover anywhere from procurement to the urban water cycle, right? We cover it all in there. Then if you're a runner, right, come join the Run Like Water 5K. And then things like the DCS Water focuses on cybersecurity, whereas something like Demo Day is a lot of emerging technology. So really kind of what that interest is. We would love to have people on campus.
You mentioned cybersecurity, so people in the computer science industry also have a future role in the water industry as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of technology through SCADA systems, and there's a lot of IT and OT cybersecurity measures that are going into place, especially as there's the emergence of AI and what's AI's role in the water sector. So lots of technology overlap in the industry as well.
While we're on the topic of the future, what sorts of new things do you have planned for the water tower? I mean, I know we just talked about events, but new facilities that you're building, new programs, can you tell us a bit more?
Absolutely. That's part of the fun of being in an innovation center is that we're really excited to see where the industry needs us, and that's going to dictate what's ahead for the water tower. Um, Obviously, a big focus right now is on expanding our impact both regionally and nationally. That includes growing our workforce programs to reach more people, launching new initiatives around AI and data-driven decision making, as well as resiliency planning, support of rural utilities, making sure we're helping with the dissemination of new information and new technologies. And also, we're building out partnerships with colleges and nonprofits and utility leaders to strengthen the water workforce ecosystem, making sure that innovation and education and accessibility are all moving forward together, and collaborating together. And we want to make sure that the water tower is a place where anyone, whether it's a student, a startup, a researcher, an operator, we can all plug in and contribute and feel like we're part of something bigger there. And the water industry is changing fast, and our role is to help lead that change together. And so we do have some initial planning going on to expand. We're almost at capacity in this building, so we're looking forward to expanding that, whether it's through the research laboratories or more tenant co-working space and more ecosystem overlap or workforce development. It's going to be interesting to see what is it the industry needs the most, and that's where we're gonna follow along with.
That's a really exciting vision. I'm super excited to see what you guys have in store in the upcoming years. I believe that's all we have time for today, Miss Lee. Thank you so much for being a guest on H2O and Beyond.
Thank you for having me.
And for you listeners, if you want to learn more, you can follow the Water Tower through their Instagram and on their handle at the H2O Tower. And I'll also link their website in the description as well. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with your coworkers and friends. And also, feel free to drop some episode suggestions in the Google form linked in the description as well. I'm Alex. Thank you for listening to H2O and Beyond. Stay curious and stay hydrated.